here already.
Oh
Goodness
yeah.
gracious.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, this is going to be exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Zaf. I'll tell you what. I will give you the honor as soon as my OBS catches up. There we go. Let me give you the honor, Zaf, of talking about. Well, actually, which lineup do you want to talk about? Pick one.
I'll take GGWP. I'm already looking at them. If that works for you.
All right, then do it, baby. Talk me through it. What do we got for GGWP?
All right. So for GGWP, we've got an Ohio that is sniper build, a Schlieffen that is secondary build. Yeah, like serious secondary build. Wow. We've got ourselves a Napoli range build, Stalingrad range build, Des Moines legendary with rudder, Henri. Interesting.
Henri.
Yeah, he doesn't have lighthouse. Usually you would think an Henri would be lighthouse being on the flank, but okay. Yu Yang radar torp build, Ragnar. Usual, and then 420 Blaze It All Harugumo with unique upgrade. I think that takes care of all of them. What do we got for NOCAP?
Opposing them from the south spawn here on Land of Fire is NOCAP, bringing Ohio. Standard-ish survivability build. Actually looks pretty solid there. St. Vincent, that strong Soviet bias, defying his name in a St. Vincent. Also running a fairly high survivability build, packed up with Brisk there. Fronted by five cruisers.
Yeah.
That is Des Moines, double Stalingrad, Goliath, and Henri Quatre. Let's have a look at the Stalin. Stalin is a range build. Mowgli's Des Moines is a legendary or unique. So is nearest airport's Henri. Now, you'll have to refresh my memory what that upgrade does in a moment. Waka Flocka's Stalingrad here, also running range, setting up here in the middle of the board. And then that leaves us with the Goliath, BD NorCal's Goliath, also running range. Not surprising for a Goliath captain. Now, what does surprise me, Zath, are NOCAP's destroyer picks, both of them Z42s, but neither of them torpedo builds. These are gun builds, or at least El Guapo's is a gun build, and so is Internet Tough Guys, although Tough Guys doesn't have, he's running radio detection. El Guapo is running the level 3 gun reload and AA build, AA skill there. So a little more gun power for El Guapo here on the NOCAP build side.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see. So Z42, I mean, I know you're a Z42 enjoyer yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Very good at just assassinating another destroyer in a close one-on-one engagement. But at the same time, I think they give up a little bit in the process. So we'll have to see what happens there. Nearest airport running into his buddy Lothair's Stalingrad. That little bit of a miscommunication there, I suppose. Now, you were asking about the unique upgrade for this Henri.
Yeah.
So that unique upgrade, it's called Improved Main Battery Loading Mechanisms, adds 10% to detectability radius, so that's a nerf to your detection, but you get 5% to your maximum firing range, and your main battery reloads 10% quicker.
Okay, so this isn't quite a full lighthouse build, because he is running concealment on the captain, but it does mean he's going to be fairly visible. He's going to be arguably even more visible than the Stalingrads on his team.
Well, and this is the part that makes me a little confused, is that the Henri is running, basically giving up that concealment, and then instead of going true lighthouse, they're trying to kind of fight back and take a little bit of, concealment expert. Doesn't make much sense to me.
Over here today, El Guapo going to be able to pick up the cap here in about 4 seconds. That'll be nice for NOCAP. They'll start building that lead. We've seen... Go ahead.
I love the Z42 torpedoes into the typical camping spot for a cruiser, as the Harugumo might take a torp now.
I was going to say, nobody has their Hydra open there. Guahir's...
He does?
Harugumo does take a torp. Yoshi's Des Moines now puts his Hydra up, is going to back out of the ways, but Yoshi took some shells or something getting into that position as well. He's down a little bit of health.
Very interesting decision making. Look at CCAP.
Interesting. There comes the radar from Mowgli's Des Moines picking up Cat. What does that say? A 17 IQ Cat. There you go. I like it. We'll just call him Cat. Cat's Ragnar on the top end of the cap there. Now he ducks behind cover, no shots. But now Tough Guy is like trapped here.
I don't know what this
You
play
see this?
was. Yeah.
Yeah, the Des Moines was trying to move out of the way of the battleship or the Stalingrad shells, one or the other, and Tough Guy couldn't reverse back in.
Yeah.
He's going to give that a shot now.
You know, I was expecting to see smoke from that Z-42 from Tough Guy.
So was I, but nothing yet. Guayhir Sarugumo now having a pretty good sense, I think, that the destroyers are on the wings, going to try to make a play for B. He's going to be up against Waka Flocka's Stalingrad. He's already inside the Stalingrad radar range.
Mm-hmm.
Five minutes gone. NOCAP ticking up A, starting to flip C. No radar. Well, let's see. Is Jeebus's radar? Jeebus's radar is not in range. There comes the Ragnar radar that can pick up Tough Guy on the bottom end of the cap.
Yep.
And here comes some shells.
I love this, though, because look at these torpedoes that are coming right now. They've kind of baited.
They almost baited him out of this. He can see them coming, so he's not going to take any, but it's going to push him back behind the island. Tough Guy's not going to take a significant amount of damage.
And now Jeebus needs to back up a little bit.
Oh, my, Zath. Look at A.
Schlieffen in the middle.
Now, this is something we don't generally see. We almost always see cruisers pushed into this cap. GGWP pushing a hydro battleship into this cap.
Well, you know, it makes perfect sense. Your hydro can lock down the entire cap. And if you're any ship on the enemy team, do you really want to see a Schlieffen on the other side of you?
100%. So we're starting to see now a little bit of what you like to call toilet bowl action, Zath. A big, heavy GGWP push forming up here on the 1-2 line. Schlieffen is the anchor. He's in the cap, flanked on his starboard side by the Henri, the Napoli, and Destroyer Zeka's Yu Yang.
Meanwhile, we got on the other side that toilet bowl is continuing as a strong Soviet bias to St. Vincent passes the fidget spinner island, nearest airport, in tow. And Jeebus is coming under sustained fire in that Stalingrad.
They've got really good shot angles here on Jeebus, particularly the Henri nearest airport's got the AP in the barrel and the reload booster going as Jeebus tries to angle out the St. Vincent shells falling in. Solid
There's a hit.
There's
a hit.
Another 16K there from Her Majesty's Royal Navy.
And
His Majesty? I guess it's His Majesty now, isn't it?
double fire on Jeebus' Stalingrad. Remember, the commander skill rework means no more fire prevention. That's 34 more seconds of fires ticking. Jeebus, I think, is out. No heal either.
His heal's 60 seconds away. His DCP 25 seconds away. 2 fires ought to put him out. And it's interesting, Dath. We're seeing, you know, we saw it a little bit in day 1 and day 2 here. The impact of Stalingrad, the kind of the nerfs to Stalingrad, the skill changes. We've been seeing it for a while, but that's basically an Henri and a St. Vincent just putting that guy out, just off the board.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got some real, like, Season 2 clan battle vibes just there.
Very much so.
Godoza in the Schlieffen at A, tick a torpedo, forced a DCP, and his hydro is down right now.
While all that's been occurring, GWP has, of course, picked up A, and Guayhir Sarugumo, working B, has grabbed that as well. So in a moment, NOCAP will be in firm control of the C-cap as they take their about a 70-point lead here, 8 minutes gone.
Yeah, it's taking NOCAP quite a while to grab the C-cap. There they go.
Oof. Godoza's starting to look real rough over here, Zath.
Well, he pushed, you know, he was kind of the tip of the spear for a bit, so everybody was focusing him. And for some odd reason, the Henri and the Napoli have been called away. So they just basically said, all right, you can go ahead and die now. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, Bowser's Henri retreating now, going all the way back. He's in D3, headed east. And Beanland's Napoli has pulled back as well. They've sort of left the Schlieffen out here on his own. Godoza, shells coming in from the other side of the board. One does hit, but nothing catastrophic.
No, he's dark now, too, the Schlieffen.
He's dark,
so
yeah. They can't spot him right now.
He's got time to heal up, 5 seconds to go or so. Obviously, they brought the Henri back so they can deal with the NOCAP's push coming out of the C-cap. They could try to bottle up maybe the Henri and the St. Vincent. They can burn it down. Look, Yoshi now moving as well to intercept.
Waka Flocka had retreated, trying to get his Stalingrad radar on Godoza. But if you look, you can see the radar is just a couple, maybe 100 meters, maybe 50 meters shy of Godoza's hull. So Godoza, dark long enough to get a heal off. And let's see, is that his last heal? No, he's got one more after that as well. So I suspect he's going to sit there for a bit.
Schlieffen is definitely going to sit there. He's probably going to, pull up his phone and do some texting or something. Hi, Mom, how are you? Because what else would you want to do at this point?
BD NorCal's Goliath rotating north to spot him on the surface. As we're about to be tied here at the halfway mark of the game, we'll have a lead change back towards GGWP right there.
Now, the Goliath took a big hit there, is sitting
Yep.
in secondary range of Godoza Schlieffen. The problem is he can't go farther forward. Rule set difference is sitting there with the Ohio saying, please, just move forward. You're okay.
Yeah, yeah. The Schlieffen's sort of pinned, and they know if they can get some fires on him, maybe land a torpedo or something. These torpedoes from BD NorCal don't look all that good. He has one of them that might be impactful. It's going to depend. The other three look awful.
As he takes another big hit from Godoza Schlieffen, man, he's hitting those shells perfectly.
I mean, Goliath, can't really sustain the damage. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. She will melt under sustained fire if you keep shooting at it long enough, just because her armor is not that amazing.
Yeah.
But Godoza also starting to melt now.
Now he's on one fire.
There's his last heal. His last heal coming online just in time to keep him in the game as more Ohio shells coming in now. They're determined to pick up this kill.
They just barely missed it. Now keep in mind, there's the kill. I was about to say, the German battlecruisers have a limited number of DCPs. He only had one left. He just used it as he died.
So GGWP rotates Bowser back to try and slow down this push around the top of the C cap. That allows tough guy Z42 into the cap as the Harugumo of Guai has moved north. In fact, now he's sailing into some of these torpedoes. They're spotted. Yoshi's Hydro's up.
Yeah, I do like the big death snail going on here, setting up for everybody to just hammer strong Soviet bias to St. Vincent.
Guai lit inside radar. That's Stalingrad radar from Waka Flocka. Right in the middle of the board. They're going to get some good hits on Guai here.
Oh, yeah. The important thing is, too, he's almost in Des Moines radar range. I'm sure if I'm Mowgli, I'm hitting W.
Yeah, he's right at the extreme edge now and backing away from the Des Moines radar. But, I mean, Mowgli has to be careful. There's a lot of ships up there to farm him down.
Mm-hmm.
8 minutes to play. It's about a 60-ish point lead here for NOCAP. They've played, big hits on nearest airports. Henri over here.
Yeah.
Over here along the D-line.
Giuseppe. Ohio, bam.
NOCAP has played a very, very precise game here with a nice solid push. In fact, if you look at the map, you can see them arrayed in this beautiful kind of diagonal line through the B cap, guarding C, owning the middle of the board. But the focus fire from GGWP here going to take a big toll on nearest airport. I think they're going to lose him, Zaf.
Yeah, so he made the cardinal sin of Henri in competitive, and that is getting stuck bow in. He's got no alternative. He's got no way out of this position other than to dive the island and pray.
He's going to dive the island and pray is exactly the word. That shelters him from the Harugumo and Des Moines shells. It doesn't shelter him necessarily from the Henri shells. It might shelter him from the Ohio shells. Maybe.
Right, so now it's up to strong Soviet bias to convince Bowser to be somewhere else. And here comes his first salvo. Bowser sees it, slows down, turns in, takes a little bit.
A decent hit, but again, not a catastrophic one. And we have to remember, guys, that nearest airport is playing that kind of semi-lighthouse build. There's basically no opportunity for him to go dark right here.
That's right.
That fire is probably going to be the death of him.
Yep, his heal is out and his DCP's up in 10 seconds.
He might be able to limp with the DCP to the heal. We're going to find out. 1,800 and falling. This kill would not be enough to flip the score.
No.
There's the fire. He puts the fire out. 8 seconds to a heal. A couple of shells will put him off the board before that heal comes up, though. And there it is. But now, with GGWP in their spawn area, NOCAP taking advantage of it at over a day.
Yeah, Guapo going into A saying, all right, fine. I'll just take this cap now. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
GGWP now down a ship.
Look at the Ragnar and B cap fighting with Internet Tough Guy Z42.
Tough Guy's got more help around, though.
Yeah, it looks like Mowgli wants to come up, but I have a feeling he's being told, don't. That's a trap.
They're using his radar now to get shells on the Ragnar. Mowgli just playing support cruiser right here,
The enemy is about to win.
And now,
allowing the Z-42 to get shells in.
when that radar expires, I can totally see Waka Flocka opening up with his radar in the Stalingrad to keep IQ spotted.
5 minutes to play. Everything coming up. NOCAP here in game 1. GGWP's out. I don't know how you push back into this game, right? They rotated a bunch of people back to mid to try and slow down the push, and unless they start picking up kills here very quickly, I don't think they have a I don't think they have a route back into this game.
I agree with you. I just don't see it. So
I mean,
yeah, just push W and pray. That's it.
yeah, like if you can punch out the St. Vincent, maybe, but that's no easy task.
Right.
He still has 3 heals left. Like, good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
You're under 5 minutes now. You might be able to punch out the Des Moines, but you got to spot him first, and that's not easy.
And again, that goes back to what I was saying with Mowgli. Like, I could tell he wanted to move forward, but he was told don't.
Yes. Yeah, there was no need for it now because we're 50 seconds away from a NOCAP win.
Remember, guys, GGWP was the seeded team. Right? Did they not? They didn't play last weekend. Correct?
I'm pretty confident you're correct because we got to cast NOCAP.
Yes,
we
did.
saw NOCAP last weekend versus SCCC. They looked pretty good in that match as well.
Yes. And then we caught AAA versus NOCAP, or I did with the replay analysis afterwards when they won with a bot against them, but it was close.
Yeah, this is GGWP's map pick, and the victory goes to NOCAP.
All right.
So
Well,
I come over here and punch a few buttons in the overlay generator. What's it thing? Let's do a couple odds. Do some housekeeping here.
that's right. So pretty solid win for NOCAP. GGWP did not make it easy for him.
Take GGWP since you did
Sure.
them last game, Zaf?
Go for it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game 2 here of this, well, not really, we're in the group stage, looking at GGWP versus NOCAP. And spawning here on the north side of north in the green, GGWP, they are bringing Schlieffen, Ohio. Let's see, have a quick look. I'm betting these are the same.
Same builds.
Same builds we saw last game? Sure seems to be. Des Moines, Henri, and Napoli. We saw that last time, but this time Yoshi in a Plymouth. It's a nice pick. I do like Plymouth. She's very much like a tier 10, like a super Edinburgh.
Hapafodder approves.
Hapafodder approves this lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Vampire Deuce, a destroyer we're starting to see creep in here and there more and more of in the event. Gearing, I'm betting this is a legendary torpedo gearing. Yes, she is. And then Cat's Kleber. Cat playing legendary Kleber. That's interesting.
He wants
to me
to get there fast, but also not be spotted in doing so.
Indeed. Talk to me about the NOCAP lineup, Zath. What do we got cooking at the bottom of the map?
So for NOCAP, we've got battleship-wise, our St. Vincent player is back again in St. Vincent. Now, this time, Strong Soviet bias. Actually, no, that was...
Yeah, Strong was in the St. Vincent last game. They've changed battleship players.
Rule set was in the Ohio. So Strong is now choosing a Vermont. Now, Vermont, full tanky build, Vermont, interestingly enough. And then for cruisers, we've got a Manitar. Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah, baby.
With Outnumbered, we've got a legendary Des Moines, range spec Stalingrad, and a Des Moines going way off to the flank. That's another legendary Des Moines. For destroyers, we've got a legendary Gearing, so he's got concealment similar to Shimakaze, a gun build Daring in the middle of the map, and heading towards the Charlie Cap is a legendary torpedo spec Gearing.
Zath, have a quick look at Mr. Bean's position. You think NOCAP practiced this? They used that Daring smoke, just a couple of puffs, just to get him up to this island right here.
Yep.
Now, he's going to start taking a whole bunch of HE damage. Already the Des Moines hitting him, but if you're Yoshi's Plymouth, you have to be sweating a little bit.
I would absolutely think so. Now, Mr. Bean is a heck of a cruiser player, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him do great things, as Jeebus already gets some thanks for your fire trouble.
Yeah, taking some shells there from both the St. Vincent and the Stalingrad.
Yeah, and then Strong Soviet Bias's Vermont hits Giuseppe's Ohio. Doesn't do too much, but it just taps him on the shoulder early on.
Yeah, taking some shells there from both the St. Vincent and the Stalingrad. Yeah, and then Strong Soviet Bias's Vermont hits Giuseppe's Ohio. Doesn't do too much, but it just taps him on the shoulder early on.
I want to comment real quick when we were talking about builds. That Schlieffen player, I'm surprised that Godoza did not change his build at all. I really don't think going full on secondaries is the answer in a Schlieffen. We saw him get burned down relatively quickly last game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that as well. Although, again, it all depends on how they decide they want to use the ship. It looks here that very much like we saw the Henri Napoli Schlieffen hard push down the 1-2 line. Here, GWP setting up for similar maneuver down the 9-10 line, flanking the C-cap.
Right. Okay.
No caps picked up here. 4 minutes gone. Everybody playing well back. Lots of smoke. Lots of obscured vision. A little bit of radar around.
Yeah, there's only one 12-kilometer radar in this game, and he is on Foxtrot 5. That's a...
Yeah.
Oof. And now look at his radar coverage. All of B, everything north of B, and almost all of A.
Yeah, he absolutely covers all of B, and you're right. He covers the critical portion of A, which is generally this area up next to the islands over here, because that's where you see a lot of destroyer players try to duck in, and if they need to bail, they'll use the cover of the island to run away.
Yep, and I love Julio Guapo. I was expecting he did use that second smoke to allow Mr. Bean to stay dark, and you can see at this point, he's relatively safe because everybody has now scurried on over to the flank that they've been assigned. Speaking of flanks, look at the 9-10 line.
I gotta say, Zath, I love seeing... We traditionally see daring smoke used defensively. But seeing a team use it offensively makes me very, very happy because it's something that I just don't think we see enough of, and I absolutely love it. Kleber and Daring El Guapo now catching each other across the top of the cap. Guapo going ahead and smoking just so he doesn't take any damage.
Might as well. I think it's a safe play there. He's even moving just barely out of the B cap there.
Yeah, just barely out of the cap as now the gearing Minotaur setting up to kite over here on the 10 line, but this is going to be an extreme challenge for these guys just because there's a lot of firepower pushing down on them.
I'm just curious with the decision of NOCAP to go so strong B-A-B, and yet they haven't won either of those caps yet. We're 5 minutes into the game. 1/4 of the game has already passed.
Well, we'll see what happens. Lothair's Des Moines radar going up here at A, catching Destroyer Zeka, putting some good damage into his gearing there on the top end of the A cap.
Perhaps that was the decisive moment that they were waiting for, to try to just get Zeka out, get the Destroyer, whatever it is at A, then they can advance.
Tough guy's going to be able to pick up A. I don't think the Plymouth radar can... Well, he's inside the Plymouth radar range. The Plymouth radar is offline.
It's available.
So they must have baited it out somewhere.
No, it's available. According to mine.
Is it? Did I look? Oh no, there it is.
Used
there
now.
it goes
it's being
up.
Used now.
There it goes up. Yep. I think Yoshi was waiting for his smoke to kick off. Then he's got the radar. He's spotted very briefly there as his smoke catches up to him.
Yeah, that
no, he's not. No, he's not.
He's out of his smoke. He's out of his smoke.
He's out of his smoke. Now he's finally obscured, but that could have been catastrophic if everybody's guns had been looking in the right place.
Well, yeah. I went looking south, looking for the battleship, and realizing rule set is all the way on the border with that St. Vincent. Vampire Deuce going into the sea cap. Why not?
Well, they don't have any way to prevent it now. Nearest airport's Minotaur pushed way far south.
Look at Julio Guapo's daring.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this. The Julio and Bean playing a very aggressive game here in the middle of the board, but I absolutely love it because... I mean, again, look at the board. NOCAP has, I would say, lock-solid control of the middle of the board. As long as they can hold back this push down the 9-10 line, they have the opportunity to beat up these guys at A, and there's no chance that the opposing team, no chance for GGWP to reinforce them.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mowgli and the Des Moines and Vermont as well, Bias, are being sent to intercept and meet the enemy push from GGWP. This is going to be interesting.
Seems that way.
Gonna watch Strong Soviet Bias's guns for a few moments here.
They're bringing Guapo's daring over because they rotated Tough Guy's gearing down off the cap to put up more smoke for Lothair. They're putting up a radar now ahead of Guapo's arrival in the cap to make sure that they know where everybody is, and maybe they might have gotten lucky and caught Yoshi out, but they didn't. He's just outside that Stalingrad radar range.
This cap is clear. For now.
Zeka's about to sail into that radar. He doesn't know it's available. There it is. He doesn't know it's up. Now they can spot him. I'm expecting at least one salvo of Des Moines shells. No? Surprising. Des Moines Hydro is up.
Lothar, I think, sees the torpedoes, and he very rightfully so wants to make sure he won't take those torpedoes. Then he can focus on gunning.
Guapo opening fire. That draws out Jeebus's Des Moines radar, but Guapo's not going to be in that radar bubble very long. He's going to duck right out of it here.
Yep. So that makes 2 destroyers now at A, trying to make some sort of decisive play here. Get these Death Snails out of here.
8 minutes gone, and it's only a 40-point lead for NOCAP. Still very much anybody's game. They're putting a tremendous amount of pressure on GGWP over at ACAP, but GGWP has not broken yet.
Jeebus just got slapped, and now he is up on radar. Or no, he's just detected. Got him on the...
Oh, the smoke is expiring, Matt. It is. Yeah. He's got torpedoes coming in as well, but his legendary acceleration ought to let him get out of that, and it does.
Zeka's in trouble, though.
I think they've got Zeka, Zath. Zeka caught out by the Des Moines radar here. Just a handful of shells, and there it is.
St. Vincent says, go away.
That should lock up the ACAP here for NOCAP. GGWP doesn't have a way to contest it now.
In the meantime, look at the other side of the board. Another Gearing Minotaur Death Snail all the way at the corner of the map.
Yeah, we're in J10, Zath. Check it out.
Yeah, Bowser sitting there saying, I don't want any of this.
Bowser's position seems just designed to hold these guys in place, although he's coming out. His Hydro is not up. Is he going to take one on the bow? He is.
Does. He takes one on the bow.
He takes one on the bow, and now he's broadside to the Minotaur AP. I think Bowser's going to go out here.
Yeah, and that will end.
Sure.
That 100%. Will end their push. GGWP's push now has changed. Look, they're doing the same thing from last game. They're swapping back to defend the other side of the map.
Well, I like this play from Cat, right? Because now that they knew that El Guapo had gone to the ACAP, they knew there wasn't anybody in B. You might as well get in there and grab it. I mean, you're down 2 ships. You need to get all the points you can because you're on the verge of losing Giuseppe's Ohio.
Yeah, Mowgli, though, I mean, smart decision-making there. Sending him back to cover B-Cap. Got there just a little too late.
Yeah, unfortunately not quite in time, but still a good play.
And over up at on the A side of things, looks like Giuseppe's Ohio is not long for this world. He's got a heal in 5 seconds.
Now, and he's broadside of the Stalingrad, and that seals that deal.
Yeah, Mr. Bean ends that guy. And
it's a three-ship lead now for NOCAP, even though they're down a cap.
That's right.
Game's half over, but NOCAP just systematically executing ships where needed to. 2 ships gone, 2 kills over here at A, 1 kill down in the extreme bottom corner of the map, and things looking really good for them here halfway through the game.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm already looking to see if there's any other game 3s available, because I have a feeling this is going to be a 2-0.
I'm not sure how GGWP comes back from this, Sath. I mean, they have some board control right now, which is good, but they're so far down on health. They need a big kill, some kind of surprise dev strike, torpedo salvo. I don't know what exactly, but it feels like they need something spectacular to happen to get them back into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to find a way to break NOCAP's line. Again, look at the mini-map. It's a line. They are doing a fantastic job of drawing that straight line and maintaining it. That's not easy,
Guapo
guys.
caught out briefly.
Yeah, but so is Cat.
Burning another smoke.
Look at Cat.
Cat. Cat's in trouble. Yeah, they're going to get him.
St. Vincent shells.
Guapo almost down to his last smoke with 8.5 minutes to play, but I tell you, Zath, the use of that smoke has been brilliant. Guapo's going to go out to Kleber torpedoes, Zath. Check it out.
Oh, wow, yeah. Okay, well, they got a trade.
A bit of a trade there. Not a great trade for GWP, but you do pick up your first kill, and the Vermont is now in trouble. Look at strong Soviet bias.
Yeah, but look at the Schlieffen. He just smacked him.
I know. The Schlieffen's getting farmed by the Minotaur. They're putting shells on the Vermont salvo winning on Guay here. That Gadosa's going to go out to torpedoes right here.
Yeah, despite having Hydro on.
Yep, the Vermont's still alive. Torpedoes crawling up his stern, but he's going to be able to find a nice little gap there. Guay here now caught under Minotaur radar. Yep, Guire's going out.
There it goes. Vermont goes down too.
Again, they get the Vermont, but that's still that's if you're at NOCAP, you will take 1v1 trades all day long at this point.
Oh yes.
Because there are only 3 surviving GGWP ships.
Yes.
Full send now for NOCAP as Mowgli pushes up the 6th line, headed into the B cap, and the gearing Minotaur pair that's done such stunning work down here in the bottom corner of the map will be on top of C momentarily.
Oh yeah, this pair here single-handedly blunted a GGWP's push.
Just about, right? Well, so I think it was twofold, right? One, they were able to discourage continued pushing. They were able to pick up a kill, and I feel like maybe Bowser made a bit of a mistake there, trapping himself where he did.
True.
But also, GGWP kind of made an audible like they did last game. They called some ships off, right?
Yes.
The Vampire Deuce rolled into the C cap. The Schlieffen turned and rolled into the C cap as well. So they could have continued the push all the way down the 9 line around the bottom of the island, stay down here into like G9 or so, but they didn't. They stopped. They stopped and they left some shit. They left Bowser, for example, in a 2-on-1 that he wasn't able to win.
Right. Now, keep in mind, too, the NOCAPs of Vermont did a fantastic job along with the Des Moines Mowgli there of
absolutely
recognizing and rotating. So it wasn't just the 2 of them. It was really the 4 of them working together. But the 2 of them were kiting all the way to the corner. They would not let GGWP play their game.
Yeah. This is not like I'm saying GWP just fumbled the ball and gave the game away. I'm simply saying that they made some audible calls that I think maybe didn't work out for them the way they'd hoped, and that NOCAP's overall strategy worked very well for them.
Right.
All over but the crying here. Technically 5 minutes to play, but the game will be over much quicker than that. We're about 90 seconds on the timer, and that's assuming someone doesn't die.
Right.
Any kills at this point just speed up the clock. Napoli going in, guns blazing against nearest Minotaur.
And there goes Jeebus' Des Moines. Yeah. Oh, they know it's over. They're just making it end.
Yep. The SAP secondary is actually getting in some good work on nearest airport's Minnow.
Well, he does have the secondary range upgrade.
Nice. I'm glad they still make that one available for cruisers. I just wish there were more cruisers it was effective on.
Yeah, I agree.
Not quite able to punch out the Minotaur. 15 seconds now as Yoshi's Plymouth the last survivor.
That's right. Get myself set up for my death pick.
That's right.
The horns of winning are blowing.
Getting Robocopped, as you would say, Zath.
Oh, yes, I would.
Wow. Solid win there from NOCAP. It's a 2-0 sweep. They're moving on to the winners half of Group 4 here. We'll have to see who they're paired off against here in just a moment.
That's right. Now, there was a game 3 available. Unfortunately, they dropped already. So we're going to have to see what we can find